welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big Daddy Bugs, and my co-host,
there's nothing knocking doors,
and Alfred and the Blowfish.
I only want to be with you.
And you stumbled upon Thegrowunderthestairs, Strain Hunting Edition. Let's get into it, yeah.
You can call me
Okay.
Damn,
I'm with you.
I only want to be with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alaska.
Very good, Alfred. Very good.
Yeah, well, I know you're going to be on some bullshit in this episode, so I had to start it off on a light note.
Me? I'm the nicest guy you know, Alfred.
Here we go.
Contrary to what my friend seems to think over here, we do have a great episode for you guys.
Do we now?
We certainly do. I'm actually pretty happy today, Alfred.
Why is that? Did you go to Spanibus?
No, I haven't.
Get a new contract?
Not yet.
Lose weight?
Well,
Get a girlfriend?
I'm working on
Make
it.
enough money to move out? Yeah.
I mean, not yet because...
Oh, okay, so lots of reason to be happy then. Yeah, I got you.
I was happy, Alfred. I really was.
Told you we were gonna be on some bullshit.
But let me tell you why I was happy just a second ago. Because after years of strain hunting, failed attempts at breeding, the setbacks that come with being dumped, having to relocate, etc., we finally get to harvest our very own genetics. And that's why, coming up,
That's a strong one there.
it's harvest time.
Hey!
Oh, it's harvest time. We're gonna be chopping down and examining 6 of the 12 genetics that we have going this season. 5 of those, my very own strains, which we created right here on this page in front of your eyes.
Hey, that's that green thing Dan drew.
That's a fact. He also kidnapped me. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Dan with the gun kidnapping me this weekend.
That's a crime.
I got some footage of that for you.
Ooh, you telling?
We're also gonna be going over my drying technique for this run. What my cousin and I
What is he doing?
did to prepare the flowers for this. And of course, sprinkled in between all of that, a few jokes, a few cats, something to lighten the mood. Make sure this learning experience adds some cuteness to your life.
Cuteness is important.
I'd agree.
It's underrated, but it's one of the pillars of our civilization.
Can't be mad at that. Starting with the backbone of this breeding project and also the first plant we're gonna be chopping down today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orangecello from Prism Labs. Oh yeah. A mix of the Larry OG and ISO 8. Originally, I was gifted a pack of these seeds by fellow content creator Jay.
Yeah, what up, homie?
From the now defunct channel here on YouTube, Northwest Jay.
Oh, sorry, homie.
I know. Popped one seed out of that pack a few years ago and got this winner of a plant. And since then, I just haven't been able to let it go.
She pretty.
She is, but the smell and the flavor is really what hooked me onto this. On screen, you're watching footage of a previous harvest of this plant we had on this channel. I've been recloning this plant for the past 3 years in order to maintain these genetics, which brings us back to today and the 2x2 tent that I have upstairs in my room with the current version of this plant trellised in place. Sure, I'll take that clap. Sure.
Last week you wanted more claps. You don't want claps now?
I ain't complaining, just didn't know why you clapped right here in this particular spot, but okay.
You're ungrateful.
Let's take a second to discuss some of that awkward branching you saw on that plant as well. We touched on it briefly on last week's video. The excessive branching is caused by the plant reveging, which this clone happens to be doing right now. This happens when you monster crop with just taking clones from a plant that's already in its flower cycle. People use this technique for different reasons, such as lateral growth on shorter plants. Me, on the other hand, I do it because of lack of space and the legality of having that many plants in your home at the same time.
And she's gone.
Okay.
Baby, you're gone.
I mean, what ended up happening was that I liked this plant so much, I would smoke it so fast that I would be left with just little popcorn nugs and leaves left, still with the same craving. So I started mixing those popcorn nugs and scraps with other plants I'd be growing in order to stretch my work and enhance the flavor of some of those other plants. And I really liked it, so that train of thought got me thinking, why not just breed this plant with those other plants then? So that's exactly what I did. I reversed the Orangecello with STS spray and mixed it with 12 of the finest plants that I have been hunting for the past few years. In the process, creating 12 new genetics that all lean towards that citrus orangey flavor. This, of course, brings us to today in the harvest of said genetics. Let's go.
Yeah. Beautiful scenery, though. Is that when Dan kidnapped you?
It is. And listen, I don't want to be a snitch. I leave that to Alfred. You know what I'm talking about?
What you mouth?
No disrespect.
Watch what you say without paperwork, homie.
No disrespect, Alfred. But you are friends with Charleston White, though. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
like that.
The point is, I don't want to snitch on Dan, but I'm gonna have to, dog, because he kidnapped me. We'll talk about it in a second.
Keep playing with my name like that. I'ma see you, cuz.
Let's check out the rest of the plants that we're gonna be chopping down today. For those unfamiliar with the setup, we got 2 oversized 2x4 tents down here in my cousin's garage.
Scared to come outside.
Relax, bro.
Ooh-wee. You know for stepping out of day.
How you got a chorus, bro?
You know for stepping out of day.
Hey, yo, back up, bro. Why you so annoying, bro?
I ain't annoying. I'm just too too real for you.
Let's move on to the first of our genetics that we'll be chopping down today.
Some pretty colors.
This is the permanent Chimera number 21, or PC21 for short, crossed with our keeper cut of Orangecello. Oh yeah.
Wait, you're not gonna give these plants their own name?
That's a good question, Alfred. I'm thinking of waiting till I smoke some of these to then pick a name that not only represents their parents, but also encapsulates the experience of smoking them as well. That's gonna take a few weeks, but add to that, we'll only be naming those genetics that gave us an outcome that we want to keep breeding with.
My daddy gave me a name.
On screen, we have a flashback of just the mother of this plant, the PC21 bred by Belief.
Then he walked away.
This is a collaboration with Junky mixing the Chimera number 2 with their permanent mark. Pros, structure, density, and frost is what we got when we first ran this plant. On the con side, we got lack of nose and taste. Back to the offspring of said plant and the Orangecello. We can see what the results are today. I planted 2 different seeds of this cultivar. One in cocoa, which we will be chopping down on our next video, and the one you're observing on screen now ran in a mix of peat and perlite. All of the plants ran in the peat and perlite side were also in 5-gallon fabric pots for the curious.
Hey, what up, cuz?
Yeah, that is my cousin helping me chop down those fan leaves before we hang those plants to dry. For this run, we decided to go with Jack's A and B plus Epsom salt as nutrients on all our plants. We detailed this in a previous video in the same series.
In detail, though?
In detail. So don't ask me no stupid shit, please.
Hey, let them know we got them seeds for sale, too.
Facts. Hit up the email located in the description of this video if you're interested in any of the genetics. $10 per souvenir seed, regardless of strain, is the price we got going on. They're going fast though, already sold out of 3 out of 12 different cultivars.
Cup and go.
Some of which I'm gonna be showing you here today.
Hey, there's that with the gun, the kidnapper.
This was a small seed run, so hurry up if you want my genetics in your stable. But yeah, man, that scene right there at the river was filmed at 2 a.m. Dan and I had just came out of a bar, and this motherfucker looked at me and said, "Yo, let's go watch a river." Right? You motherfucker said let's watch a river at 2 a.m.
But you said no, though, right?
I did, but you saw the footage. He obviously kidnapped me.
How? You a whole grown-ass man, bitch.
The man had a gun, son. The man had a gun.
You a whole bitch.
Let's move on to the plant with the chunkiest nugs we got going right now. I do have a few of these seeds left. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sunset Mac crossed with the Orangecello. Yeah, give it up. This is from Capulator.
What up, Cap?
And on screen, what you're watching is a video of the very first time we ran this cultivar.
You sucked at recording back then.
I'm a work in progress, Alfred. A work in progress. As you saw on screen, this was one of those cultivars that was rumored to have a really high THC level, 35%.
That's cap.
See what you did there. I see what you did there, Alfred.
Something like.
Size, the way the nug stacks, and the menthol nose with a little asterisk there, because last time I didn't get it. Are some of the reasons why we chose this one to breed with. Seeded version on screen for your viewing pleasure as we move on to the outcome of all of this. I know. Listen, we won on this one. We started with 2 seeds out of each one of these plants. The cocoa version will be chopped down on next week's video, and that too has some sizable nugs. I'll get to the details on the nose of some of these in future episodes as we get to jarring and smoking them. But as a general rule, all of these seem to be trending towards that citrus note.
It's a tangerine extravaganza.
The power of the Orangecello has taken over all the smells. Oh yeah. As we move on. By the way, if you miss me during the rest of the week, check me out on Instagram, bro.
What is your cousin doing?
I'll be acting super city there.
Yo, I don't got that shit so sticky from just touching it, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, but don't follow me if you don't like silly stuff, man, 'cause that's all I post. And while you're there, go ahead and give my cousin a follow, too. If you're interested in a realtor in Alaska, want to move over here, you think this is cool, check him out.
Sleep well, well, be open.
How you got a chorus, fam?
Holding my kitty tight.
Sure, why not? By the way, every now and then I'll get a comment from one of you expressing just how much you would like my video if I didn't have these annoying voices on it. So just for this video, let me preemptively reply to y'all. Suck my dick.
Oh, damn.
As we move on to the next contestant in that Summer Jam screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Hawaiian crossed with Orangecello. Who the fuck is you, bro? Who the fuck is you?
Leave Charlie alone. on, bro.
On screen, a flashback of the original flying Hawaiian mom that we used for
That
this.
frost is crazy.
This comes to us from Belief with a pretty hefty price tag attached to it. And in my opinion, a very similar plant to the PC21 that we showed also earlier in this video. If you followed those grows back in seasons 10 and 11, then you'd know these plants were so similar, we were considering only keeping one of them. We just couldn't decide which one. So we kept them both. On screen is the outcome of that mix. We do have 2 of these plants going as well. Both of them, though, we are cutting today. When you see the second phenotype of this plant, I think you'll agree that if we were to base it just on these seeds that we planted, perhaps the flying Hawaiian mix did outperform the PC21 mix.
Man, she's pretty.
She is, but wait till you see that other phenotype. Lord! These seeds, unfortunately, I did run out of.
Yeah, what you mean? I was about to buy them, but what had happened was...
That's what happens when you wait too long. As we move on. By the way, Alfred, you know what comment I read the other day in one of my videos?
Ooh, gossip time.
Someone asked, why would anyone buy beans from me when there are other established seed banks and breeders that have been around for years? To that person, you should ask your parents that same question. Why did they have you when there's so many stupid motherfuckers walking around already? You bitch ass haters. We move on! I hate pieces of shit like that, bro.
See, I knew you were gonna be on some bullshit today.
How you live with yourself hating on another man making a business? The fuck?
I called it.
On screen, the Chimera Junky crossed with the Orangecello. Lord! For sure, one of the frostiest joints we got going this time around. Flashback to the original mother of this plant, the Chimera Junky from Hyrule Genetics. The pros of this, obviously, the frost and the color, but the strength of the actual smoke. It's pretty surprising too, very potent for me. Negatives, unfortunately, were the size and the structure, man. It was just kind of airy nugs a little bit, very hard to trim. So to be fair, what I wanted this cross to do was bring all of that frost all the way into the Orangecello. All I wanted from this plant was the frost. And you know, we kinda succeeded. Bro.
What you mean kinda? That girl shine.
And when I say kinda, it's because the nose, it is very citrusy, but it's not as strong as the Orangecello. We for sure gained that size on there, but the nug structure seem a little airy still.
Nah, fam, hold on, let me get in there.
Hey, baby, I don't feel like that about you. Back up, dog. I don't care how you feel, dog.
I love you.
I gotta wait until I trim it to give my final verdict on that.
Call me.
And we will be chopping the Coco Rant version of this next video as well.
8675309.
Alfred, how old are you, bro?
I don't know, but I'm younger than 44.
Oh, come on.
And I don't live in a room in my cousin's house.
Foul, bro.
Who's also younger than you, by the way. I got dirt on you, doggy.
Yo, but you live with me, though.
Nah, hold on, fam, right there.
Calm down, bro.
What we not gonna do is make this about me.
You don't want talking shit, though.
I got no mobility in my arms or my legs.
How you clapping then?
What's your excuse?
How you clapping?
Again, not about me. Pay attention to the show, bro.
As we move on
Mind your business.
to the final plant that we'll be showing in this video.
Oh, that's the one.
The second and my favorite version of the flying Hawaiian cross with Orangecello. Yeah. This cross I'm for sure keeping and making part of future breeding projects. Now we just went over the details of this cross just a few minutes ago. This is just another seed or a different phenotype of the same mix. So instead of going over the same details again, let me tell you why I like this phenotype better than the other.
That green-purple color contrast is crazy.
Facts. This one just has more of everything. More size. More orange smell. More color. More frost.
More.
Matter of fact, this has such a bright lavender type color that if you notice, it's actually messing with the camera a little bit. But bro, even the stacking on this is superior. Look at that. Again, this is one of the strains that we did sell out of, but don't worry, because you will see this lady again. Yeah. I'm just saying.
He's just saying.
If you need a realtor in Alaska,
You should
holla at him.
You should holler at him.
Holla at him, Ralphie.
Oh, look, we're back to that river where you let Dan kidnap you.
I ain't let nobody do it. Bro, he had a gun on him, dog.
Right, and you let him take you to the river.
Yes, but he had a gun. You understand me?
At 2 a.m.
We had just gotten out of...
with a gun.
That's what I'm saying.
In the dark. With no witnesses.
As far as the drying process, we've been through this a bunch of times in previous seasons, and I haven't changed anything since then, since this always seems to work for me. I try to keep my tent at 60% humidity for this period, and if at all possible, close to 60 degrees Fahrenheit as well. My exhaust fan is set to exhaust anything above 61%, and if the humidity drops too low, I'll take one of them pots that I cut these plants from, water it, and put it back in the tent. Bring that humidity right back. I got a fan in the bottom rotating, keeping that air circulation going, not hitting the nugs directly. And at this setting, 10 to 14 days, your plant should be done.
But so-and-so said...
Is so-and-so showing you their plants and outcome from start to finish like I'm doing?
No, but...
Is so-and-so growing better than me?
I mean, if it...
Then why the fuck you listening to so-and-so?
New Patreon alert!
Welcome home, Fat Boy's Garden, Thank you so much. C-Sales and Patreon is the way that this channel is monetized, since YouTube doesn't let you do it any other way. I appreciate everybody, man.
That's some real ones!
Everybody that's been rocking with me, everybody that supports me, man.